Now, also, Truth Nation, we also have Mama Don in the building.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know, this is DC the Don's mother. All right. Now, when it comes down to birthing a superstar, what qualities and traits did you see in DC the Don as he grew up to become the man he is today?
I love telling this story. I knew from jump. He was his first Christmas that he will remember. Of course, he had a Christmas when he was a few months old, but he turned 1, and then Christmas come around again. And I bought him a Walkman for Christmas. He was the only kid, so of course I went crazy every Christmas. It was hundreds of gifts, all type of stuff that kids would be naturally excited about. And the Walkman was his favorite gift. I have a picture, a very embarrassing picture. He hates for me to talk about this picture, but he's laying in my bed. And of course, we all know DC is 6'7". So at 1, you can imagine how long he was.
Oh my God.
Like literally. And so I had this picture of him laying in the bed with just a diaper on and the Walkman. When I tell you this boy didn't take that Walkman off for months, he wanted to shower with it, do everything with this Walkman, and he would listen to Michael Jackson. And at 2, I caught him on top of my glass table, and that's back when, we had VCR tapes. So I had recorded the Usher, I think it was his 30th anniversary. It was a big show. I don't know who all remember it, but it was this big thing that Usher did, and Michael Jackson was there. No, actually, it was
the
Michael
BET
Jackson.
Award.
It was the Michael Jackson
Was
special.
it the BET Award?
It wasn't the BET
It wasn't an award. It was
his
his own show. He did a...
Yeah, it was Michael Jackson. He brought out the Jackson 5, and then Usher came out to
and they were singing
surprise him.
that song.
I remember that.
And you remember when Mike jumped on top of the pool table and was doing the moonwalk. I walked in my living room and caught this big old 2-year-old on top of my table trying to moonwalk with his Walkman on. I was so pissed, but it was at that moment I said, "You're gonna be my superstar."
That's what he's supposed to do.
And so I knew right away. I knew how into music he was, and how he would walk around where he'll find anything sticks and start beating on drums. And I played into that, music lessons. He took drums, piano. I had him in all type of stuff as far as music. And yeah, so I kind of knew. I knew from the beginning that was, and to this day, that's my superstar.
You speak so fondly of him, and you have like this glow about you and a smile that just will not
glow and
stop.
talk about our baby.
When you
That's
talk
what
about
we
your
need
son.
all the parents to glow like this, talk about
that's
their
my
babies.
baby. That's my baby. He been there. It's like, that's my baby. That's my best friend. That's my go-to. That's my confidant. And we just got that energy, that type of energy. And if he talk about his mama, I feel like it's the same glow. Like anytime he talk about his mom, it's like we just been there together. He was there when I had nothing and nobody. God knew when I needed him, and he knew exactly when to put him into my life.
Amen.
To where I was ready to be a parent, a mother, and So yeah.
Do you remember the moment where you knew that, like, oh, he's national now? He really is having his moment and he has made it. Do you remember that moment?
It really wasn't that type of moment. It was I knew before he really did have that big moment as you speaking on. I knew when I first started on Instagram, I didn't know nothing about Instagram. And I would always ask him, like, why you don't ever post me on Mother's Day or my birthday? Or he said, Mom, you don't want that. I said, what do you mean? He said, if I shot you out on my Instagram, they gonna go crazy. My fans are gonna stalk you. And that next Mother's Day, he posted me. And when I tell you, sitting in the bed, every second, ding, 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 I got so many people DMing me, following me, like the fans. That's how I got the Mama Don name. They start calling me Mama Don. And it was really kind of like to touch on what you were saying earlier. that moment that you will know when somebody says, I want to be like. So many DMs. Your son inspired me. Your son changed my life. I love you. Thank you. Mama Don, you are amazing. You raised a great kid. Good parenting is rare. And it was those moments. It's always those moments that kind of touch my heart. And it's a dope feeling. Like now, I can't even keep up with some of the DMs I get. I got to ignore a lot of them. But I try to go back and at least read and heart it or something to let them know I acknowledge that you sending me these messages. And to this day, I still get hundreds a week. Like, we love you, Mama Don. And anytime a new fan find me, they follow me and they start, can you tell DC to do this? Tell DC to drop the album. Mama Don, where...
Is that annoying to you when you get
Sometimes
messages about people wanting to get in contact with him?
Yes, it's very annoying sometimes. But
I'm not going to lie to you. I almost hit you up one day because I wanted to interview with DC. I'm not going to lie, because you be going crazy on Facebook. Like, you are constantly promoting him and pushing his stuff and letting people know, like, that's my baby, that's my baby. So when I saw that, I said, I should just ask her, like, hey, is he coming back to Milwaukee?
My Instagram go harder than Facebook because I ain't gonna even lie. Like, if I promote everything, I'm always talking about this, my baby. This is what he's doing. This is what he's talking about. And a lot of people, and that's just Milwaukee, a lot of people won't hit the like button. I would have 700 views on something I posted about him with 5 likes. It just don't. And I'm okay with that. Because even though you want to acknowledge it on social media, I know you synced it, I know you read it, I know you listened to it, and that's what matters to me. So I don't care that I don't get the likes. I could put something on Facebook and something on Instagram, and it's gonna go 500 times harder on Instagram because that's where most of his true fans are. And a lot of them I block off of Facebook because they started stealing intimate family photos and posting them. This one DC was 2, or he like, Mom, how did they get that? So yeah,
you gonna have the pictures of him in the tub, the baby in the tub.
They see it. They ain't gonna like it, but they see it.
Oh yeah, people be nosy. I realize that the people really just want to know what you up to and know what you're doing, but they don't really be.
Right.
They just want to keep watching, keep you in their back pocket in a sense. But
it's Milwaukee.
How do you prepare yourself for your child's success to that magnitude? Because again, you being a mother, you still want to protect them, you know.
Sometimes I get anxiety about it. Of course, DC is such a smart kid, like, and I geared him very well for life and what to expect, and but it's still I don't want nobody playing with my son, my kids. Period. Like that's very detrimental to me. Like that's something I hold dear to me is people playing with my kids. So, but he's smart. So in a sense, I really don't worry about it because I know he know how to protect himself.
I mean, 6'7", you know, you better be able to protect him.
And I'm not just talking physically. I'm talking like in the way of just life and being in that lifestyle and the entertainment and people not being able to play with him. He know what he want. He's very headstrong and he know what he had to do to get what he want, and he know not to let people finesse him. He's smart. He's too smart for that.
Speaking of how smart he is, we kind of spoke about this a little bit off air, Mama Don, when we talked about the creativity of DC the Don. Did you always see him just being this creative? Because again, when he steps out on stage and just how he presents himself, it's not quote unquote what people would think of as the norm.
Different for sure.
DC always been different.
Yeah.
As a kid, he was never the type to follow trends, want to be like this person. He always, even growing up like with cousins around his age, our family is big. We got a lot of kids in his generation in our family, so he grew up around a lot of cousins, and DC would always be out like holidays, birthdays. Not birthdays, but holidays and. Summers, he was always out in Cali with his dad and going off to all these big basketball camps all over the world. So he was always, wasn't a typical Milwaukee kid, never was. And people would talk about it like, he want to ride skateboards. He want to wear skinny jeans. He's so different from everybody else. Like, he hated when I bought him the trending stuff. He wouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
Back when kids was wearing rocker wear and FUBU and all that, I would buy it and it would just sit in his closet. He'd be like, "Mom, take me to the Goodwill.
Right.
Let me
You
pick my
gotta pat
own
yourself
stuff
on the
out."
back though a little bit. You gotta pat yourself on the back a little bit.
Hey, we can clap
For
it
him
up
to be
for
like
you.
that atmosphere had to be
Yeah.
there.
I always taught him, be who
Believe in
you are.
himself.
Like,
Yeah.
I always taught him that be whoever you want to be. You don't have to care about what nobody thinks or nobody says, because I'm going to ride with you till the wheels fall off. No matter what you choose to do, who you choose to be, I'm going to rock with you. You know, be who you are.
That's
and
what
he
we
always
need.
been different. And even, and it's crazy because, like I said, even people in our family, he weird. But one thing about it, they talked about it, but months or weeks or whatever down the line, they always wanted to be like him. So he was always that trendsetter.
Because, people get very upset when you are able to be who you truly want to be, because they can't be who they truly want to be. So that is really cool that you were able to see that in him and kind of help cultivate that in him as well and inspire him to just be who he is. Because look at him now. He's about to be performing at the daggone
Up
show.
there, on the stage.
At Showtime Power at Turner Hall.
Right.
Okay?
It's on the flow. It's finna go down, man.
Exactly.
I love that, though. I love that. Like, if we can get just 50% of the parents to think like that and to treat their kids like that, like the atmosphere, our atmospheres be messed up.
Yeah.
The atmosphere our kids be growing up in be messed up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if we had more Mama Dons out there, though, that, inspire the youth to actually just believe in themselves, and you don't have to be the person out there on the TV screen. Just be yourself and channel that. You'll win every time. You'll win every time.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. But we got more on the other side, you guys. So make sure you guys keep it locked here, because it is Jammin' with Juice.
Jammin' with Juice returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.